Hello students, good morning. My name is Ram, and welcome back to the new YouTube video with a new topic in machine learning. Our 100 days machine learning playlist from our first year in computer engineering student. In today's video, we will discuss the what is the tensor in the machine learning. So, basically, tensor is a very important concept in machine learning. Why? You know that machine learning is mostly work on the numerical data. Tensor is a data structure. Like suppose tensor is an like container for storing the data. Which data is an numerical data. Like an Python has another data structures like list are stored data in this, then tuple. So tuple is an also called as a data structure. A tensor is a mathematical structure used to store data in deep learning and machine learning. See here, tensor is a mathematical structure or a data structure used to store in deep learning and machine learning. You can think of a tensor as a container of numbers arranged in a different dimensions. So basically, tensors has a multiple dimensions. As its dimension, it has a multiple types like an scalar, 1D tensor, 2D tensor, 3D tensor, 4D tensor, 5D tensor, and many more. So tensor is the basic building block in frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch. So what is this both? This both is an machine learning or deep learning libraries in Python. So when we work on these libraries, tensor is will become a most important topic for understanding these both libraries because in this a tensor is a mathematical structure used to store data in deep learning. So it's a very concept. So let's understand the concept in easy way and understand the types of the tensors. So let's start. So first one is simple understanding of tensor. So we will know that a tensor is an data structure used to store the data. But which type of data is stored and at the basis of which we can call it a tensor. So first one is scalar. Scalar is an a value is 5. So its dimension is 0. So so the 0D tensor, it's called as 0D tensor. When your dimension is also 0, it's called as 0D tensor. And it's also called as a scalar. Then again, then next is vector, like an list. It's a collection of scalar. One, two, three, and four. Now it's a vector. So it's called as an 1D tensor. It's an 1D tensor, but see that 1, 2, 3, 4. It has a 4 elements. So it also called as a 4D vector. 4D vector. And suppose another example 1, comma 2, comma 3. Suppose it's again it's an 1D tensor. It's also again an 1D tensor, but it is an a 3D vector. So this concept is very recallable. So basically, yeah, this is. Then after that, matrix. Matrix is an basically collection of the more than one vector. Now see that this and this part is an vector, and collection of both it's become a matrix. So it is on basically two dimension. So it's called as a 2D tensor. Then higher tensor, multiple matrix together. It's called as 3D tensor. We discussed in the uh, next pages. So first one is scalar tensor. Scalar tensor is also called as an 0D tensor. Also called as 0D tensor. A single number is called a scalar tensor. This sorry. So in this you see here, this is an 5. 5 is an single number. Single numerical is called as a scalar tensor. Only one value, no rows or no columns. Dimension is equal to 0. We can take any value like an 6, 1, 3. It's it's an scalar or the 0D tensor. Now the vector 1D tensor. A list of number is called a vector tensor. Now see that it's a collection of numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8. It's numbers, any of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's any. It's a list of number is called a vector. One dimension has only length like a single row of data. If have an data, then this is on a single row. This row is called as also called as a vector. Then matrix tensor, 2D tensor. Rows and columns together form a matrix tensor. Example, you know that each and every it has an 1, 2, 3, 4. We can also describe matrix like that. So this is an first matrix, and this is an second matrix. And now close the, it's an first vector, it's an second vector, and now it becomes a matrix. So two dimension rows and columns. So it's called as a 2D tensor. Now the 3D tensor, collection of matrix together. We will try it understand using some example. Suppose you have a data set like an hi, gram, hi, sham. Suppose this is an our data set. It's a real time data set. So this is an categorical data, but machine learning understand the numerical data. So we require to transform it. So transform it. One minute. Radha, RADH. So now let's understand this concept. So first of all, translate it into the numericals. We use the one hot encoding technique and many more technique we will discuss in the future video for transporting the categorical data into the numerical data. So suppose first topic is high, then second one is Ram, then Sham, and then RDH Radha, increasing the size of it. Suppose now said first name contains Hi Ram. So Hi becomes 1. Then Ram also has an 1 value. Now both of them are 0. Now second one is also Hi Ram, Hi Sham. So Ram becomes 0, Sham becomes 1, and Radha also becomes 0. And third one is Hi also both. Ram becomes 0, Sham becomes 0, and Radha becomes 1. So in this case, see here, it says our data set. Now see here, this one is an vector. Now suppose 1 minute. Uh, Now see here. Suppose this is an line 1100. This is an first line. And then yeah, like this. Suppose it's an collection of multiple vectors. Like suppose see this, this, and also this. So basically, it's a collection of multiple matrices. So basically, it's collection of multiple matrices. So now it becomes the 3D tensor. Now fourth one is a 4D tensor. Suppose this is an I already draw this. Suppose you have an image or a color image has an RGB channels. You know that R, G, and B. So this is an R, this is an G, this is an B channel. Now suppose this is an three channels and your image contains resolutions like 1200, 8 800. You take any values from there. Your image has any type of resolution. So this is an channels and channel, and this both of them are resolution. Now suppose you have an 15 images like that. How much? 15 images like that. So your values become 50, then 3, and then resolution. Now so it becomes the 4D tensor. 4D tensor. When you work on the image processing data science, you require this concept. I recently work on the CIFAR. I think this is an data sets on the Kaggle. I work on it. It has an around 45,000 images like this with colorful images like this. It's called as a 4D tensor. Now the fifth one is 5D tensor videos. I only say that 5D tensor is an video. Why the videos? Suppose an first one is three channels, you know that. Then second one is video resolution. Then then we have an frequency per second. Video is a basically collection of images that changes time to time or changes the images from one set to another, changes the one images to the another. So it becomes a video. So suppose this is 60 frequency per second. 60 images can changes in 1 second. So this is our normal video, but we have thousand videos like that. When you have 1,000 videos like that, now it becomes the IOD tensor. Let's let's understand this concept using our Jupyter notebook. So first of all, tensor is unlike a data structure in machine learning used to store the numerical data. You read this. I will then I will try. Then we will let's understand the concept in the tensor is a practical example. We only discuss the 1D, 0D, 1D and 2D tensors. So 3D, 4D and 5D and 4D and 5D and basically images. So I have not any proper data set like this in this. So let's discuss this in another videos. So first of all, it requires the NumPy library, import NumPy as NumPy. NP when you have not installed an import NumPy as NP, so you have to type and command pp install numpy, so it will automatically install your libraries in your Jupyter notebook and you able to work here. So first of all, when we enter shift plus enter, then your shell is executing. So first one is zero scalar. Now the value pass is 10. So array is equals to np dot array 10. When we pass the array is printing the value. now we now we Now we check the value dimension value. So array.end, so it's has basically zero because it has no any dimension. So it follows a zero D tensor. Now 1D tensor. 1D tensor but 5D vector. I will tell you. I am telling you we have a number of values. It becomes a number of vector. Like and it's the 1D tensor has a three value. It becomes a 3D vector. So I created a D array variable for the one D answer. Now after that take the dimension of the D array, so it becomes a one. So it becomes a one D tensor. Now the two D tensor. Two D tensor is basically it's an matrix. So we will pass here the collection of the one D tensor like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and it's basically it's an vector. So combination of both becomes a 2D tensor. Now we check the dimension, it shows the 2. This is an a 2D array or collection of vectors. Now 3D tensors. So 3D tensors is basically a collection of the matrices together. Now this one is a matrix, it's here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10, 11 are the second one matrices. So we created this D array variable for storing the 3D tensor. Now after that we printing this array and now check this D array is equals to ND. ND means and basically find out the number of dimensions. So it gives the three dimensions. Sorry ये कुछ तो गलत हो रहा है इधर वन करेंगे इधर then D array 1 1 and then last one is here ये because of yeah see here yeah this one is printing here. So basically it has a number of dimension is 3. So yeah, so yeah, uh, I hope you understand this concept very well. I will provide this notebook in a description box. You can check it now and practice it for familiar with the Jupyter notebook. Uh, our whole practical work here Jupyter notebook. So familiar with this. And yeah, in today's video, we will discuss the one end-to-end project, end-to-end project. It has a data sets. We create a data set, analyze it basically at a basic level, and also create a machine learning model, and also create an ethical model. Or these files are used to deploying our model. So yeah, let's. Thank you for watching the video. If you have liked my content, so please subscribe and like the video and drop out the comments if you have any issue. I will try to give my best, and also I improve my voice and other resources timely. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. Bye.